Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Faceless Artist and welcome back to Project Zomboid. In this video we'll be taking a look at how to basically make a base, what is needed, what you should do, etc, etc. Now we'll be taking a look at two scenarios. The first scenario is you're creating a base from scratch. If that's the case, first of all, choose the location of your base. Now, I went with this little location here at the crossroads. Since my main base is over here, I've already created it onto an already constructed building. And basically, I want a little, gathering post here. For these two cities here that I'll be looting. Now specifically for something like this, I don't really need electricity or water, in all honesty. All I need is basically a secure drop-off point. So once you've identified the location where you want to place your base, and generally you want it to be near a city but not too far off. For example, this is an okay location. This one here would be much better. But since there is no road, that is a bit of a pain in the ass. You also have gated communities. Gated communities are excellent. You'll need to fortify a little bit. For my base over here, I basically had to create a wall like this in order to keep it secure. But that's for another video. Now, basically choose the location. It's best to be near the town then completely out of it. Now I think about it, this spot here would have been perfect. It's near the road, it's near the gas station, and the town is relatively close by. Now, for example, if I was to create a base for this city, I would actually create it over here. It's far off from the zombies. I would need a water source, a generator, and all that stuff, you know, the essentials. But if I was to going for this one, I would actually make it over here, so it's kind of logical. I will need to clear the crossroads here so I can actually gain access to this town down here more effectively. But as a drop-off point, this location here is completely logical to me. You can use the Project Zomboid map project. I will link that in the description so you can find a suitable area. It is not recommended to be, you know, in the middle of nowhere. Sure, you can do that. I mean, more power to you, but you want to be relatively close to a city you'll be looting. And this location here is not far off from this city, which is my main base. It's not far off from this one or this one, which will be my main focuses in looting. But I've already done extensive looting in here. But basically I just want to have a drop-off point right over here. So we have identified where we actually want to have our base. Next up will be just to clear out the field. So for example, you have plenty of trees over here. What you're gonna want to do is get an axe of your choosing and just get to cutting basically. You're going to need to clear it out, just like that. There we go. Just keep on cutting and you will actually be able to use the logs to create planks for your new base. Since this is more or less a private playing, you know, private world, I don't really bother that much with it. But for example, all of these logs here that I have cut will be perfect. Perhaps this is even more than I actually wanted. But if you have, you should bring along a saw and a hammer as well. That way you'll be able to turn them into logs. Now, okay, that has been taken care of. The grass, you can cut it out, you don't have to cut it out. You can right click and remove brush. That is for these shrubs basically that aren't really trees. Yeah, just like that. Okay, perfect. For these things, you can right click and remove grass, you know, for these growths. Okay, there we go. I'm exhausted. So we're just going to sit on the ground and relax a little bit. Okay. Okay, perfect. Once you've done that, and once you've gathered the required amount of planks, basically what you're going to want to do is go into carpentry, and basically you can start off with the flooring first. For example, I'm just going to do it like this. And as you might have noticed, I'm actually using my axe. That is what you get when you use cheats. But for the sake of this video, I thought I would just, you know, basically hurry it up and not actually gather the required materials, since there is really no need for me to do that. But in any case, the idea is the same. You get your... I'm just gonna go, I don't know, perhaps, yeah, like that. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this will do. Just a small drop-off point that's basically secured. So yeah, let me just speed it up like that. Okay, once we actually have the floor, what we can do is actually go to wooden wall frame. Now this will require planks and nails, of course. And okay, there we go. Just press R to rotate it. Of course, you can make this as big as you want or as small as you want. Nobody's forcing you to stick to a mold. Okay, yeah. No. There we go. Sometimes it will actually bug out a little bit. But there we go. Now I actually bugged out a little bit. Hold on. If you make a mistake, you will need a sledgehammer. So yeah, there's that. But basically, for the door, we're going to need the door frame. There we go. And I'm just gonna make it have 2 doors. Just like that. And of course I will need access for my car to park. So it's relatively secured. Yeah, now a bunch of zombies are gonna come. So we're going to go into carpentry. Now you can do regular walls or you can do log walls. Logged walls are a bit expensive, in all honesty. But there we go, I'm just going to have 1 log wall. Then for the gate, we're going to go for the double wooden door. Just like that. Okay, perfect. Then I'm just going to go back into the wooden wall frame. Just like that. I'm just going to rotate and construct it like so. Then another one here and another one right there. Okay. And now I'm just going to... I think I made it just long enough. No, I actually need it to go a little bit longer. Okay. Okay, this weather is awful. Okay, after surviving the weather, basically this is what you have for a for a pit and stop, for a stop and pit. Basically, you're gonna need 2 double doors here, you know, just so you can park your car and you can immediately just leave and go like this. For this type of base, of course, you can make this go from here to here and actually have a livable area on this side. It all really depends on your imagination. But the main thing I want here is just to have a bunch of boxes. Now basically for the doors you will need doorknobs and door hinges. You can get those from basically tearing down doors. But I'm just going to go ahead and construct these 2 doors here. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, now this will work greatly. Now you might be wondering, how do I make it weatherproof that's like in a house? Well, basically what you're gonna need to do is actually get wooden walls, either level 1 to level 3. I'm actually just going to go ahead and put level 3 down. There we go. And basically, in order to completely weatherproof your home, you will need to have good walls, either level 1 to level 3. There we go. And see, for example, here if you wanted actual windows, you go right click, create wooden window, either level 1 to level 3. And now you have these 2 holes in the wall. Now it will not be weatherproof, you will still get the chilly effect, for example for something like here, and you could still get very wet. You will need to actually go to a house, take 2 windows out from it with a hammer and a screwdriver, and actually install them in these 2 slots. And then you'll get just your regular old window. Now, how do you make a rooftop? Well, basically, in order to get a rooftop, you will need carpentry level 7. And you basically go over here to the stairs. You will also need 15 planks and 15 nails. Then you're going to need to find an angle that actually works, so that you can actually gain access to it. But as you can see, it only rotates like this, which is a bit stupid. That means we'll have to place the stairs right on over here. There we go. Then what you're gonna want to do is actually head on up here and be very careful not to fall down to your death. And basically you're just gonna want to go ahead and construct a rooftop with floors. Now you can also make this entire structure out of metal if you really wanted to. Wood is much more easier to come by. In my Let's Play I've actually spent a large amount of time actually gathering the cutting down trees, turning those logs into planks. It's a pain in the ass, to be sure. That's why I don't want to do it in my own you know, in my personal, so to say, play of the game. But yeah, in any case, you're gonna want to do it like this. Then I will actually try something, because I think you can disassemble them, but I don't know if that's because I'm using the cheat or not. But in any case, yeah, let's speed this up. There we go. And of course, the higher carpentry skill is, the higher the health for this will be. But okay, let me just go ahead and turn the build cheat mode. Okay, save, disassemble. Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't even have a saw for that. It's not allowing me. So basically what you will need is a sledgehammer. Now, sledgehammers are incredibly rare. They're really incredibly rare, but once you have the sledgehammer, you'll be able to just go like this, destroy, and puff. Now you have a rooftop, but what I would recommend that you do is to actually go and build around your stairs so you can actually have access to the top there. And basically once you put these two windows in, you have a pretty okay base, which you can fill with, well, let's just I actually want metal work, metal crates. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. This will be a good dump point. And basically you can get access to it through here, or go to your car and get access to it from here. And of course make sure you finish this wall off like I'm about to do. And then also don't forget to actually mark it on your map as a base. So we're just going to go ahead and put this little house here. And yeah, that's basically how you can construct a base. You just need to choose a good location, have a lot of materials, and basically I would recommend that you start building your base once you have level 7 carpentry skill, because that's when you can truly create a base and, you know, just make it your own. Also make sure that the generator is outside. Then once you construct a logged out fence or something along those lines, you can actually keep it much more secure. Okay, now if you're looking to actually make a pre-built location your base, this is what it will approximately look like. So you have your house here, and basically a large yard which I actually fenced off, so I could create a pretty good base. But of course, as you might have imagined, this will take a lot of resources. So basically, what if you're going to go for that sort of style, you should go for something along here, you know, something like the gated community, which already has a pretty large area fenced off, as you can see. This is basically choosing your location where you want to live out. Of course, if you have the patience and the time and the resources to go basically do what I did with my base, go right ahead. If not, basically what I would recommend is that you create a double layer. Now this first one will be for example, if you were to go to a wooden community, there we go, to get a community, not wooden community, you're gonna want to get either a log wall. Log wall has more health, but it is more expensive, in all honesty. We're just going to go ahead and puff, and over here we're just going to go ahead and there we go. Now in theory your base is secured. Of course, after you killed off all of the zombies, you basically have a garage here, a house here with 2 floors, for example. And here you can actually, I don't know, designate, you can disassemble all of this, put a TV down, you know, just get a bunch of crates for storage. On the second floor you could actually, I don't know, have a thingamajig over here, have your storage area over here, whatever it is you want to do. It's your base, you can customize it the way you like. And in the garage here you can actually park your car. But if your garage is locked, you might need to disassemble this door. But for brevity's sake, yeah, there's a generator in here. Perfect. So we just plop it outside and you have electricity, water. You can create water collector barrels up there, but you'll need to create some sort of platform between the garage to up here to actually, you know, get all of that working. That is a bit more complicated. That's why a single story house might be a little bit better. But, you know, you're essentially safe here. It is the more resource efficient thing. You can take extra steps to actually secure the base like this. Although you don't really actually need a sink, you can just have like 6 water collector barrels here and a bunch of water containers that you can just drink the water out of. Since this is a 2-story building, your basically a bathroom down here doesn't even exist. So it would fall to this over here and you will need to head up to the 2nd floor. And there we go. I'm actually going to try to do that now. Basically what I would do, let me try it out and I'll explain it. Okay, so basically for a 2-story building, you will need to create 1 set of stairs. Then create the floors, so there's 1 tile separation between the next steps. Then carefully walk on over here. Now see, you can walk on these tiles here. But for example, if I were to... I would need to create a flooring like this, so I can actually head on over to the sink. And I will actually test this theory out. Okay, puff. So here is the sink. Excellent. Carpentry. Door, mists, no. Furniture, rain collector barrel. Okay, we'll place 1 there. And we'll place 1 there. Okay, now I will actually need... there we go. So let me just go over here real quick. Wrench. Let's go for a pipe wrench. Add 1. Close. Okay. So we go right click. Plumb white sanding silk. There we go. And it's plumbed to that thing up there. We can plumb in the large deluxe bath as well. And I believe... Okay, the toilet cannot be... No, wait. Plumb fancy toilet. There we go. Now you have running water in your bathroom. You can also take steps to reduce visibility from here by basically creating a wall all along these lines or just on the crucial ones. And yeah, that's basically how you would build your base. Plop down a generator and with the interior you can do whatever you want. For example, I'll show you my base, what I did here. Okay. I created a whole line of log walls, which you already have in the gated community. I created storage area number 1 here. And I'm also created storage area number 2 here. This is where I was experimenting with a whole bunch of different walls and actually adding windows and stuff like that. As you can see, this is another storage area. As you might have saw, the rooftop is filled with rain collector barrels. I also have that access over here. There's plenty of shrubbery around and the vines that I actually wanted to take care of, but I didn't. Yeah, as you can see, I needed to basically create a bunch of floor tiles here so I can plumb in my sinks. And over here I actually thought, why wouldn't I, you know, try to expand a little bit. So I have this platform here leading me to the rooftop that's over here. So you can truly just build out, but it's important that you have enough space, because this actually turned out to be very little space. And for farming, for example, I have this area over here. Blooming. Okay, ready for harvest. Okay. Which is enough, and it keeps me safe from zombies. On 2 occasions the zombies actually broke through this wall here where you can still see the logs. They've broken through there, but you know, you can repair it. You can hear them coming. And just generally just going outside and patrolling a little bit will help you to actually take care of the zombies. Yeah, that's basically how you build a base. That's how you build and create a base. The criteria which you choose, it can be entirely up to you. You can go into the freaking middle of goddamn nowhere and live like a hermit.